Good morning. My name is Dr. Heidi Ward-McGrath and I'm a companion animal integrative vet here in Wairarapa in New Zealand. I'm here to share my experience with you as an experienced companion animal vet. I'm looking for wellbeing solutions that work with the inherent biology of our companion animals rather than looking to suppress or override the immune system. I don't use antibiotics where possible, and I certainly don't use steroids because the downstream impact of those pharmaceuticals can be harmful in the wrong circumstances. We're also, as companion animal vets, trying to abide by a New Zealand Veterinary Association policy that companion animal vets must reduce the usage of antimicrobials for the maintenance of companion animal health and welfare moving forward. So the second fundamental I'd like to share with you is that good food is the best medicine. Peak health is often dependent on peak nutrition. So diet must be species appropriate and it must be compatible with the natural digestive setting that the animal finds themselves in. Nature often knows best, and when we're looking at healing and supporting an animal in reducing inflammation, a nutritional supplement that can support the restoration of health often comes from nature. So good food is medicine. We look to vitamin C and zinc and the benefit of essential fatty acids that are delivered from real food, real nutritional sources, rather than synthetic sources. And the body simply doesn't value those synthetic analogues in the same way as it would value nutritional building blocks from normal, natural, healthy food componentry. The third thing to talk to you about is that we offer simple is best. Owners are often upset and distressed, their animals are unwell. To give them a solution that is simple, that is affordable, that positively impacts the animal's health and well-being quickly, it can benefit them in the short term and the long-term health of the animal. That's a positive thing as companion animal vets. So in my experience, if I have an animal that's unwell, I always start with a diet trial, get back to the type of nutrition that animal is designed for, carnivore nutrition in the case of a cat, omnivore nutrition in the case of a dog, and cats particularly, to remind us that cats require a high level of moisture, richness in their food, and that it's species appropriate. I do add in some veggies. We extend out the positive nature of the microbiome, rotate those proteins so the immune system doesn't get upset. And then in our practice, I add in some mogi daily, and that will reduce some of the inflammation naturally with the likes of some natural turmeric. I'd like to share with you some of the cases and clinical studies that I've had in my practice. I had a dog with inflammatory bowel disease who'd seen 3 or 4 other vets and was a typical case of polypharmacy. This was a terrier and she was suffering, and she unfortunately had just started tracking downwards. She was on multiple immunosuppressive drugs to stop her vomiting, antiemetics, antacids, and her body had just ground to a halt. So with the benefit of a few years of experience, we were able to start her on some bone broth, remove some of the drugs that were having some harmful side effects, give her some doggy daily, and give her some other supportive therapy that has enabled her to actually come off most of those medications. And this dog's whole biology and microbiome is boosted naturally, and she is now flourishing. She's able to move again. She's got reduction in inflammation. She's no longer vomiting on a daily basis. And the raging inflammatory bowel disease that was effectively killing her and reducing her quality of life has calmed and settled. So that's been a really positive outcome for me. In terms of mogi daily, I use that a lot for older cats who are stiff and arthritic, who have choroiditis, inflammation of the stomach and pancreas and liver. And along with some fresh, natural, healthy food like possum patties and rabbit patties, this has promoted a boost in the microbiome and a boost in their immune system. And these animals are now, again, not on any pharmaceutical, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs with the concurrent effect on their kidneys and renal function that many of us companion animal vets know can be a very detrimental cycle for those old cats. I'd like to share with you that these products for me have been a very powerful tool in my toolbox. They are safe, they are natural, they're 100% New Zealand made, they're a palatable solution to give you some beneficial things to try in your companion animal practice. I'm here to help you if you would like to discuss some of those interesting cases with me, and I wish you well on your holistic journey and hope that this is something that you will try for the benefit of your patients. Superfood is something that's new for vets, but for me it's been exciting, and I would encourage you to return to look to something new and something that is effectively something old, which is food. Go well, and I look forward to talking to you again soon.